Have you been thinking about learning a new language? Well, you absolutely should, and italki is the best platform for that. What stands italki apart is that they have personalized one-on-one lessons for effective learning, so it's not an all-size-fits-all. It's literally catered and tailored to what works best for you. You get personalized content for your unique needs, your interests, and your goals. You can practice having conversation with native teachers who actually speak the language you're trying to learn. This helps improve your listening and your speaking skills. You can be connected with over 30,000 teachers worldwide. That is amazing. So, beginners can find teachers who actually speak their language for better understanding. And lastly, they are flexible and it is convenient learning options. You pay per lesson, there's no subscription, and you book your lessons around your busy schedule. So you make it work for you, not the other way around. And you can learn from anywhere. Hurry and use my promo code Heidy, that is HEIDY, because it is only valid for the first 50 users. Get $5 off a purchase of $10 or more. Again, the promo code is Heidy, HEIDY, and the link is in the show notes and show description. Welcome to the American Dream in the Eyes of Immigrants podcast. I am your host, Heidy De La Cruz, and I am on the mission to change the narrative of immigration, one immigrant story at a time. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the American Dream in the Eyes of Immigrants podcast. I am your host, Heidy De La Cruz, and today I have Mr. Nick Berg with us, and he is going to be talking about his journey coming to the United States from Iran and also his amazing book. And thank you, Nick, so much for just being on the podcast. I am fangirling over here, you guys, because before we started recording, I told her, I was like, I finished the book just yesterday and it's so good. But first, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and then we can get into, life back in Iran.
Well, thank you very much for having me on your show, Heidi. I'm a big fan. I actually listened to the few episodes
Oh,
that you've
thank
done
you.
in the past. So it's a great show, and I was honored to be on this show. So I'm a fan too. So
Oh, thank
uh,
you.
at the same time. So yeah, I'm Nick Berg. I'm the author of Shadows of Tehran, and been in the United States for quite some time now. I came here in 1987. So it's been yeah, I'm old. It's
Oh,
been
no.
yeah, and so yeah, it's been a few years since I got here, and
Yeah.
coming to America was a big culture shock, all the way
Bet.
around, from
Yeah.
everything, and we'll get into that a little
Yeah.
bit later. But yeah, happy to be here.
So glad to have you. So, yeah, let's talk about growing up in Iran. Just tell us about like family dynamics and just things like that.
Yeah, so my dad was American, my mother Iranian. And, I grew up in Iran. When I was born, Iran and US had a really, really great relationship.
Mm,
My dad was a naval intelligence officer in the Navy,
okay.
and his ship docked in Iran, and, he was leaving the Navy, and he basically met my mom, and, they got married, and then I was born a couple of years later, and then my sister was born after that. So, but growing up in Iran, it's a very different country than the US. But
Mhm,
during that time, I mean, during the first years, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. Iran was a free country. It was a
mhm,
free. Yeah, Shah was a little bit oppressive and all of that stuff. But if you didn't bother with the politics, nobody really bothered you. Say it that
mhm.
way.
Yeah.
And so it was good.
Yeah, and so you knew, like, Iran before the revolution and after,
Yes.
like, the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
yeah.
So I grew up during the revolution in Iran, and,
Okay.
after the revolution and when everything changed in Iran completely, it was like a night and day.
Wow.
Over about 3 or 4 months, things started to change really, really fast,
Mhm.
and then the Iran and Iraq war started right after that, and,
Wow.
living through that, and finally leaving Iran and technically escaping Iran and coming
Yeah.
to the US. Yeah.
Yeah, when you had to escape, was your did your mom and your sister, come with you?
No, I came by myself.
Mm,
My sister went to Denmark a couple of years after that,
okay.
and my mom is still there, actually. She still
Oh,
lives there. Yeah.
wow. I mean, obviously, it's her choice, but she has not wanted to leave, or she just can't?
She no, she just didn't wanna leave. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
every time I wanna see her, she comes to Denmark with my where my sister is, and I'm
Yeah.
there, and we kinda have a family reunion over there, but,
Oh.
yeah, she just didn't wanna leave because she doesn't speak any other language except Persian, and,
Mhm.
she, just have her friends and things, and now she's 85 years old, and she's
Mm.
like, "What am I gonna do coming in another country and just basically sit there and watch the walls. I can't even watch TV because I don't understand the language."
Yeah.
So, she's good where she's at this point.
Yeah, and so tell us about your dad. So you said your dad was American.
Yeah.
So yeah, so tell us about that.
So my dad actually left when I was about 7 years old,
Wow.
and she told my mom that he's gonna come to the US and build a life for us, and we're all gonna move to the US and all of that. None of that ever happened.
Mhm.
He kinda disappeared at that point,
Wow.
and I didn't see him until 35 years later, in Las Vegas, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how was that?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was interesting. That
Yeah.
was interesting, but after I got to know him a little bit, I kinda understood his life and understood why he did the things that he did. He actually
Yeah.
did work for the CIA,
Oh,
and
okay.
so he was a CIA agent for most of his life, and, he passed away a couple of years ago, so I can't talk about him now.
Oh.
So but we kind of built a halfway relationship with each other in the last few years, and one of the things was is that before he passed, I spent about 3 weeks with him recording all of his stories, which is going to be a
No.
sequel to the Shadows of Tehran. So
Oh my god, that's amazing.
yeah, and his book is going to be about him. It's going to be
Okay.
from his
Well, I'm
job.
excited because I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of this book, so
So
okay.
yeah, so it's gonna be the 3rd book, basically.
Okay. And your sister, was she able to meet him as well, or it was just you?
Yes,
Yeah.
she did come and met him, and, my sister's, is a very different than I am in the
Mm.
way she kinda looks at things and
Yeah.
all that. So, she got really mad at him because,
Mhm.
she asked him a question and he said because we found out that we have, like, 4 or 5 other brothers and sisters, half brothers and sisters. I have a half
Oh,
Egyptian sister, half and,
that's hard. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I haven't met any of them because, he kinda left all of them too. Mm.
Oh, okay.
I lost track
Okay.
of all of them. So
Oh my god, okay. Gotcha.
yeah. Uh,
Okay.
so
Oh.
one of the questions my sister asked him said, "So all these women in your life and, why did you have all of these women in your life?" And he said,
Mhm.
"Well, in the line of work that I did, having a family was a great cover." And
Wow.
he said it very unemotionally
Yeah.
in this whole thing. My sister was like and my sister is a big woman power, all
Mhm,
of
mhm.
those
I
things.
was gonna say, like, as a woman, I can completely understand
Yeah.
why she was getting mad, like, yeah, but
Yeah, and she was like, "You used all these women for your
yeah,
objective, and you're sitting here and just talking about it," and I'm
yeah.
like, "Ah."
I mean, that yeah, his choices, but, it is what it is,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm glad that you guys were able to meet, and I'm glad that you got those recordings. That's gonna be an incredible book, I'm sure. So yeah, tell us about coming to the U.S. So you said you mentioned you had to escape, and there was a lot of cultural shock. So tell us, did
Yeah, it was
you
a huge
visit the U.S. before? Because
when
I
I
know you.
was very young, yeah, when I
Yeah.
was very young, yeah, I was like, I was in 10 years old when I was in the US for a short period of time, for about
Yeah.
6, 7 months.
Oh, okay.
And my mom brought us here, but that was before the revolution in Iran. We came here
Oh,
to
okay.
look for my dad, and we couldn't find him, then we went back, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
tell us then, yeah, about moving and then your
yeah,
your
so
pets.
coming to the US for me was a little bit easier than most people because I was already a US citizen.
That's
So
true, yeah.
yeah, because my dad is American, so, but it took me a while to prove that I was a US citizen. Um, and that part of
Wow.
the book is true.
Okay.
That's not fiction. So,
Yes, I'm like, I wanna know what is true, what is not, but okay,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
because I'm such a big fan of your podcast, I'm gonna give away something. So people wanna
Okay.
know, they can listen to the podcast.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So anyway, but, yeah, so coming to America was a completely different experience. So
Yeah.
let me paint a picture for you. When I was growing up in Iran, and the only images as a preteen and as a teenager, the only images I had from America was the movies and the things that we watched.
Yes.
And a lot of that was at that time was really big around Michael Jackson and breakdancing and
Okay.
a lot of those movies. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember. You're too young probably to remember, but
But I've seen them. I've seen, like,
yeah.
yes, I've seen them.
So we
Mhm.
had like Break-In
Yeah.
and a lot of those movies. And so imagine this. So I'm coming to America. I'm on a plane heading for Detroit, and that was
Yeah.
the place that I landed. And in my head, this is my thought because I had no idea what to expect in the US.
Mhm.
And so in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to go to Detroit, I'm going to join a gang, and I'm going to break dance in the streets. So that was my thought.
Okay.
And I had no idea what gang meant at that time.
Okay.
But the other thing is, except for like very edge southern part of Iran, we don't have any black people in Iran.
Okay.
And my only interaction with black people was when I was in the US for a very short period of time, and I was a
Mhm.
kid, and I didn't really and it was in Detroit again, and we
Mhm.
were in a predominantly white neighborhood
Mm.
in Detroit, so there wasn't really mixing of cultures and races and things like that. So,
Yeah.
coming into Detroit, the first place I land in middle of Detroit. I didn't have any money. A cab driver helped me get to a, YMCA at the time to rent
Mhm.
a bed for a place to sleep, and it was in a predominantly black neighborhood.
Mhm.
And I'm, like, looking around, and I'm like, "Okay, this is different."
Yeah.
The first night that I was sleeping there, some guy got shot in the middle of the street because it wasn't the best part of town, and I'm sitting there thinking, "I just ran away from a country with a revolution and a
Right? And oh my gosh.
this is what's going on over here, and people are getting shot in the streets." So, you can imagine my thought process was. And the first, job that I got was in a Wendy's, and, because I barely spoke English. I knew a little bit of English, I would
Yeah.
say nothing, but just enough to get around, and, go to the Wendy's, and there's this wonderful black lady that helped me
Mm.
through the whole process, and she just kinda I didn't have a Social Security card, she helped me get a Social Security card. She helped me in so many different ways, and it was just such a shock for me,
Yeah.
that whole experience. And then I started learning about the whole race issues in the US and
Mhm.
blacks and whites and all of that. But then I kind of realized that doesn't matter what color people's skin are, doesn't matter what culture they come from, they're all the same. We're all human
Mhm.
beings, and
Yep.
all we want is to raise our family, be happy, take care of our kids, take care of our family, and just be and live. And
Yeah.
that was my first experience in America that I was kinda really shocked of all of the different race dynamics here. It was
Mm.
like really crazy for me trying to comprehend all of that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in Iran, Iran is predominantly Persian, but we have other races. We have Lurs, we have Kurds, we have uh, different race, but none of them were like this. We didn't
Mm,
really see any differences in people growing up.
yeah.
So that was an experience.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my goodness. So, um, oh my gosh, so many questions. Okay. So you land in Detroit, you had this wonderful lady that helped you like pretty much like, get your life together. And so joining the army. You joined the army. How
I joined
was
the army.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay, so tell me about that.
So I'm working in Wendy's. I They wouldn't let me be behind the cash register. That was like my career move at the time was to get behind the cash register to be able to speak enough English
Oh.
behind the cash. We laugh at it now, but at the time it was very important fact.
Yes, of
Well,
course, learning the
cash
language.
register.
Wait,
Because
how old were you when you arrived to the US? I completely forgot to ask that.
yeah, I was 20.
So, okay, yeah, so you were an adult. So it's,
Yes.
kids pick up the language, much quicker. So yes, as an adult, of
I was
course.
20
Yeah.
years old, yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, so at 19 years old, my dream was to get behind the cash register at the time,
Mhm.
and I couldn't make it there, I just never made it there. So, I might just go get a job at Burger King now just so I can be behind the cash register. But anyway, so there was this gentleman that would come in and have lunch there every day, and he was from a recruiting station across the street that was a strip mall, and they had this army recruiting station, and I kinda got to become friends with him in that process, and he basically said, "Hey, I got some good money, you get healthcare, you got a place to sleep, you don't have to worry
Mm,
about moving around, 3
yeah.
meals a day, it's the army, it's great," and I had some military experience because I got conscripted when I was in Iran, and, so I'm like, "Sure, sign me up." So
Yeah.
that's how it happened. I signed up.
Oh my goodness. So I did want to ask because you do write in the book about being pretty much forced into the Iranian government or army, and then here in the U.S. I mean, yes, you voluntarily sign up, but I mean, good. No, I mean, you were gonna have a place to stay, money, stability, and everything. So, can you tell us a little bit about the difference between being in both armies, the
Oh, night
Armenian
and
and
day.
night
It's
and day? Mm.
night and day, because the conscription process in Iran was during the Iran and Iraq War, and they basically showed you a gun and say, "Here's a gun, here's how you shoot it, there you go." And,
Wow.
the 3-week training, basic versus in the US Army, it was, basic training, then it was advanced training, then there was a whole lot of other stuff in there, so it was very different. The other
Did
thing that I was really, um, surprised about when I got into the US Army is they don't beat you. In the US Army, they beat the hell out of you. So in the Iranian Army, they beat
Oh
you.
my god.
So
You do write that in the book. You're, saying like, "Well, this is nothing. You don't get beat here." Like, they're just yelling at you like, "That this is nothing." So that's crazy to me that they would beat and torture the soldiers like that. Oh my goodness. Did you deal with, like, any feeling like any disloyalty to Iran being in the US Army and, fighting for, the US Army? I'm asking well, I know that your dad is American, so maybe not, but I'm just wondering, like, since you were in both, did you feel like any disloyalty?
no, I didn't feel like it because one thing is that, and even like during the last few days when America and Israel were bombing Iran and all of that stuff, a lot of people were asking me that question of how you feel and all of that stuff.
Mm.
The thing was is that my loyalties are with the country and not with the government. There's a
Ooh!
big difference.
Oh my okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's a huge difference between the two, that your
Yes.
loyalties are with the country and not with the government. You can be very loyal to a country, but hate the government.
Yes.
Those are completely different things.
Ah, yes.
So that part of it is like everybody was asking me, "Oh, Israel is bombing Iran and all of that." I'm like, "That fight is not with Iran and Iranian people. That
Yeah.
fight is with the Iranian government.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
2 different things."
And at the time of this recording, yes, that's what's been going on for the last few days. But this episode will be releasing next year. So when we
Okay.
release this episode, we'll see how all of that plays out. But
I know,
yes,
yeah.
thank you so much for clearing that up. And it was interesting actually that we're talking while all of this is going on, and obviously there was lots of talks about like there's Iranian sleeping cells here and all this other talk, and I'm just like, I posted yesterday about your book and how I was gonna talk to you, and then I was like, I wonder if somebody's gonna think that he's like a sleeper cell or something, and I'm just like, no one said anything, but I was
Absolutely.
just like, I'm wondering because I kept seeing that online, and I'm
Right,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, people, come on,
Yeah,
but
actually, I got some I it was funny because, on Friday night, I did a interview with News Nation,
oh,
on
okay,
TV live
yes,
and, in New York, and it was, funny, all the comments that people were putting because it was on TikTok and all of those
mm-hmm,
other all the comments that they were people I was laughing, just
yeah.
it was funny.
Oh, man, I'm glad that you can laugh at that because 'cause I'm just like, "People, please, like, come on." But, no, thank you for clearing that up and talking about that because there is a big difference, and I don't feel like a lot of people understand that there is a big difference, and it's like, yes, like, you can like you said, you can be loyal to a country and not agree or like the government, so thank you. Let's talk okay, so you were in the army. Let's talk to me about your family now. Like, are you married? Do you have kids? Ugh.
Well, I all I can say is complicated, okay?
Oh, no. Okay, okay. Okay, we don't have to go into that then.
Yeah, but I do have a son.
Okay.
I do have a son, and he's transgender, and that comes in the second book. So,
Yes, the way you ended that book, I was like, "What? Are you serious?" I don't wanna give it away, but I was just like, "Oh my gosh." Okay.
yeah, that all comes into the second book,
The
and
second book, okay.
so the life of the character in the book, Ricardo,
Mhm.
and one of the reasons I wrote this book as a fiction and not as a memoir
Mhm.
is that it's really hard when you go through a lot of traumatic events in your life and you make a lot of decisions that you might not be proud of and all of
Yeah.
that. If I wanted to write this as a memoir, is something that happens as human nature is that you try to justify yourself.
Oh, yes. Yep. Mhm.
Okay. And you
Mhm.
try to come up with reasons why you did this or why you made that decision or why you
Yeah.
did that. When I write it as a character, it's not me, so I can basically tell it as it is and
Mm.
talk about the emotions and talk about all of that. The other thing is when you're writing fiction, fiction forces you into a structure. It
Mhm.
forces you to have different structures and characters and all of that stuff. And real life doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Real life is really messy.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yes.
and I know you read the book, so you understand what I'm talking about now, but
Yes.
this book is not about the events. The events are the things that kinda happen in the process. The
Mhm.
book is about the emotional part of
Mhm.
this. It's about how the characters felt, what emotions they were going through, and
Yeah.
how they kinda lived their lives with everything in chaos all the way around them. And the really, if I have to say a message for this book, is that no matter what life throws at you, you make it at the end what you're gonna come out of as. You
Yeah.
decide if you're a victim or you're a survivor, not the
Yes.
events that happen to you.
Ah, that is so true. I just wanna say the character Ricardo, he's a badass. Total badass, but also just understanding everything that he went through really makes us seem like, okay, like he's not letting what happened to him define him. If anything, he's using that to fuel him and to keep going, and I'm just like, wow, like, it was a lot, and it is I will say it is graphic.
It
Again,
is
I
graphic,
was
yes.
like, there was so many times I looked up and I was like, "Oh my god, did I just read what I just read?" Okay, I did. But overall, it's really well written. It's really, really good, and it's just I feel like Ricardo lived multiple lives,
He
cause
did,
like,
he did. Mm.
wow. And, oh, yeah, yeah, it's just so good. I really hope it becomes a movie because that'll be great. How was Oh, by the way, I love that each chapter started with a quote. Absolutely love that. How was the writing process for you? Because it is based on your life and you do write, very graphic, very traumatic things. So how was that process for you?
Actually, the process was very therapeutic for me,
Mm,
and to actually finally talking about all of the things that happened in my life and
yeah.
all of those things, especially at the beginning parts of the book when my stepfather comes into
Mm,
picture and all
yeah,
of that stuff. Those things I carried around for a very, very long time, and
yeah.
it was a traumatic process, but at the same time, I had to make peace with it.
Mm.
So and I'm not afraid to say that I worked with my therapist throughout the whole book, and,
I I figured you're because yeah, there's another book, about it's Solitos is the name of it, which translates to alone in English, and it's about a 9-year-old who travels from El Salvador all the way through Mexico to the US, and he said the same thing. He's like, "I had to go through therapy and work through my with my therapist to be able to write the book." So I
right.
figured, like, it has to be the same because it's just so much traumatic events.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to work with my therapist, and English is my 3rd language, so I had to
Okay. Whoa. Yes, Farsi, right?
Arabic,
And
uh,
Arabic, yep, and then okay, so even your 3rd language, mind
yeah,
blown. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
this is my English is my 3rd language. Yeah, so, writing it in English and I never really went to school to learn English,
Oh, wow.
so I had to really, really work hard on making sure that I'm using the right grammar, the right
Wow, yes.
context. And interesting part is like in Persian, we don't genderize anything.
Okay,
Okay, so there's no he and she. The only
okay.
way you know if I'm talking about a male or a female person is by their name, if it happened to be one or the other. So,
Wow.
and I still get he's and she's mixed up all the time.
Okay.
And I guess we're the first language from 4,000 years ago that didn't have pronouns. So we're very
Oh.
progressive.
Oh my god. Wait, so did you write in English or did you write in Farsi and then, like, translate it?
No,
Like,
I wrote it all in
you
English.
wrote it. Oh,
And yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that
I
is
wrote it all in
crazy.
English, and I did have a writing coach,
Okay.
he's a London Times bestseller, and I asked them to be my coach to write this to make sure that the structure, because
Yeah,
I never went to school for any of this, understanding
yeah.
how to write the characters and arcs in the
Wow.
book and all of that stuff. So, I had him, and he's in the preface of the book. His
Okay.
name's Ken Scott, and he helped me throughout this whole process of writing, and then editor after editor went through the book, and
Mhm.
so
Yeah. Oh my goodness. When did you know that you wanted to write this book, or how did that idea even come about?
So, a lot of my friends, and whenever they kind of, even at work, my colleagues and coworkers, a lot of them would come to me, and when we're talking, having a drink and stuff,
Mhm.
and they find out I'm in the military, they keep asking me about what happened, what's going on, or from Iran, they would ask me, and I would tell
Yeah.
them little pieces and bits of my life, and they are all like, "Oh my god, you got to write this down.
Mm.
This is a book. You have to write this down." So
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea came to me. And then when I was talking to my therapist, and she told me, she said, "If you ever write it, this is going to be a bestseller book. You got to write this thing." So
Yeah.
I started writing it, and it took about 2 years for that
2
book.
years.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh my goodness. So, are you in the process now of the 2nd book?
not yet,
Not
not
yet? Okay.
yet. I'm still working on this first one because I have a lot going on in my life all the
I
time.
bet.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Well, I can't wait for the second one. And once
yeah.
you have that, I would love to have you back on the show so we can talk about book number 2 and 3. Yeah, because it's so good. And so what are you up to today?
So, I work for a tech company. So I'm a tech executive actually for a software
Okay.
development company. And I actually teach AI courses at UCLA. And
Okay.
yeah, and talking to all of the different news channels and stuff about everything that's going on in the world. so,
Mm, got it.
so I look at it as 3 full-time jobs basically. So
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And so that means that you are in California now.
no, I'm in Dallas.
You're in Dallas? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw UCLA, so I thought you were
Yeah, that's a California thing, but I teach online. Yeah.
on. Oh, duh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're in Dallas. So from when you came to Michigan, then you got into the army. So did you move to Texas after
I
leaving
moved to
the
Texas
army?
like 4 months ago. Yeah.
Oh,
5
you're
months ago.
okay. Wow. How are you liking it or not
I
liking?
like it.
I don't
I
know.
like Texas. It's a nice place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
I
nice
was I was just there. I was in San Antonio 2 weeks ago speaking about starting a podcast at a women's conference, and I realized very very quickly how proud Texans are from being from Texas. Like they're very very
uh,
proud to be from Texas, but they're also very very proud of which city in Texas they are from.
yes, absolutely.
So you cannot mix up if someone's from Houston, don't say that they're from San Antonio because
Right.
it's no.
Yes. Yeah, I was reading a book about Texas before I moved here. I was reading a book about it, that there was a really nice quote that a father goes to his son and he says, "Son, you never ask a man if he's from Texas or not, because if he is, he'll tell you. And if he's not, you don't want to embarrass a man like that." So
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Oh man. So Nick, thank you for your time. Thank you for being willing to come on and share your story and writing this incredible book. Everyone needs to go get a copy. The last question that I like to wrap up the conversation with is what does the American dream mean to you?
American dream is about freedom more than anything else. It's about freedom. It's about people being able to be free to believe whatever they want, talk about whatever they want,
Mm,
read whatever they want. That is the American dream. And I told somebody this. I said, if America goes away someday from those ideas and from those things that it is today, there's really nowhere else to go.
mm,
There's no other country in the world that's like America, and it's very different. It's very diverse. It's a melting pot of the
yeah,
world. And that's what makes America great. It's all the different cultures mixed up together, but we all want the same thing. We all want the
yeah.
freedoms and all of that stuff. So to me, that's the American dream, that you can come here with, like me, with $50 in your pocket and barely speaking the language
Yeah.
and make a life and become somebody that you never thought you could be. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the incredible things that you've done from, coming to the US, writing a book in your third language. My goodness. And now, an executive. So, man, congratulations. That is awesome. Can you let people know where they can connect with you and where they can find your book?
Sure, absolutely. They can connect with me on all the social media. It's all on my website, pnberg.com, Papa November Berg.com. And the book is everywhere books are sold: Amazon, Barnes and Noble, local bookstores. Please support your local bookstores. That's
Yes.
my big thing. And bookshop.org, because they donate all of their profits to your local bookstores. So please go to those websites, and that's where you can find it.
Awesome. I will include all your links in the show notes and show description, and especially the link to your book. And thank you, Nick, so much for this.
Thank you, Heidi. Really appreciate it. It was an honor being on your show.
Thank you for listening to Mami Podcast.